Hey friends, Ed McDonough here, and welcome to Live Stream Wednesday, coming to you from sunny Walpole, Massachusetts, and streaming live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on livestreamwednesday.com. Well, today is a very exciting day for me because not only is my guest an expert at helping businesses reach their potential customers and increase their client retention, but Dave Englund, in my opinion, is a marketing genius. Along with being the host of Wine with Dave and one of the masterminds behind the marketing camp, Dave is also the founder of Englund Studio. His work has been nationally recognized, and he's earned the American Design Award, the internationally recognized MarCom Award for branding excellence, and the American Webmasters Award. So it's a real honor for me to have you on the show today. Dave, welcome to Livestream Wednesday.
Yeah, Livestream Wednesday. I finally made it to the show. This is good.
Oh, I'm really excited and really glad to have you here, buddy. Well, first of all, I just want to tell you that you're one of my marketing heroes. So I love the stuff you do. You're so creative in everything that you do. It makes me jealous because I'm more, you know me, I'm more on the analytical side. You're very much on the creative side. So love seeing your stuff. Love all your content. And again, it's a real honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
So let me just jump in and ask you. So one of the things, I've known you for a long time, and you always say, I speak 6 different languages. So why don't you tell us what they are and why you speak those languages?
Well, it's a bit of a joke. People, you got to say something that snaps people's head. Otherwise, you're doing bad at marketing, right? So I say 6 languages. Really, it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and YouTube. So those are the languages. And really, each one of those social media platforms is really its own language. It's its own country. It's its own culture. There's certain people that live in those places. They post at different times of the day. It really is like knowing another language in a way. So that's kind of the joke.
Yeah, awesome.
That's my thing. Awesome.
And I love when you lead with that. So Dave, you've been doing this marketing stuff for like 20 years. What do you see now that's different compared to like 5 or 10 years ago? How has the landscape changed, and how has it stayed the same too?
Well, it's changed. That's a good question. It's changed because back in the day, back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, the early 200s when we conquered Rome, everyone hid behind logos and graphics and brochures and business cards. It was like, here it is, here's my stuff, but you didn't really get to know the person. You would just look at the business card and see, Senior VP of Sales, Joe Smith, and like, okay, I met him, I got his card, or I pulled it off a thing, but I don't know him, or I see a brochure, a leave behind, or I see a website, and maybe you'd see a photo of the team, the team photo on a website, but that was it. So people hid behind graphics, and as a graphic designer by trade, that was great, but they were hiding. What's different now is, the phone, right? You got your camera, you got this, you've got Live Wednesday, you get your show. I've got my show. There's all kinds of shows out there. People are really showing who they are. And I like to use the analogy of the Wizard of Oz. You remember the Wizard of Oz, right?
Yep.
So, they finally get to the Oz, right? And it's this big, bald-headed brain guy and the flames. That was old school branding.
Right.
Here we are. Brochure, business website, and then it's like, I still don't know who that is. And it's like overwhelming, and they want to, sell, buy from us. And then you look over and you see the guy shaking behind the curtain. Well, that was the advent of social media. When that curtain got opened up, it was like social media started to come out. People start picking up their phones and doing live and talking about who they are and showing their mistakes. And hey, I had a headache today. I had to lay down for a few hours, and I got up. I was rejuvenated and looked at my email, and I got a new client. And so all those like stories of what's really going on behind the scenes have come out because of video. And I think that's really the big change.
Yeah. So it's being, to kind of sum it up, being more transparent, right?
Absolutely. Showing who you are, not being afraid to show who you are. You don't have to be professional. We're human. We have to show human.
Right. And so is that how you're helping businesses today? Are you helping them do that more?
Yeah, and you're doing the same thing. I mean, with storytelling, trying to find out what's the unique thing that this company is offering and trying to get them to buy more. But with me, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
It's telling a story. It's pulling out information that they think is maybe boring, and it's really not. It's really good that we come in on the outside, because we'll interview a client. And we're actually doing that later today, is a builder. And he probably is thinking all the stuff he does is boring. Well, the goal is I'm recording our little video session for just him and I. And I'm going to find out what's in there that he says that's like, whoa, what did he just say? That was very unique. I don't think other people know that he does that.
Yeah.
So we try to pull out very interesting things, and then we build around that. So we find what's unique about them, and then we find the media that's going to display that, whether it is a business card, brochure, website, live video, whatever it is, text message campaign, email, whatever it is. And then that's the medium we would go with. But it's storytelling, and it's making someone know, like, and trust you.
Right. Yeah.
There's no other medium that can do that than video. I mean, people are watching now. They either like what I just said, or they're like, I don't like the guy's accent. And now they're about to click the button and leave right now. And I'm looking at you. So don't do it. Don't leave. So they'll leave and going, he's just such a Rhode Islander. I'm looking for someone more, whatever. Or I love this guy.
Yep. Awesome. And so Dave, if someone was going to do some of this on their own, right? Then maybe they're going to create a marketing piece on their own or whatever. What would you tell them? What would you recommend that, where do they start? What do they do?
That's a good question. It depends on what they're selling. If it's a service or a product, I could start with a service, because a service involves, it's a longer transaction, right? It's not, I have this widget for sale. Okay. Is that the right price? If I get one, do I get the second one half price? It's very simple. It's a very quick window of a transition. I like it. I don't like it. Buy it. Boom, credit card. But a service, you're hiring a lawyer, you're hiring someone like a marketing person like myself, or even yourself. It's a longer transaction, and we have to get to know you. We have to talk and get to know you. So again, back to the video. I don't want to keep hopping on that, but having live video, get comfortable in front of your camera. Just do it. It'll look bad the first time. Second time will be kind of bad. Third time, much better. And you can Google online the best tips for going live. I mean, one thing is make sure you got Wi-Fi. One pet peeve of mine is don't ever look at yourself in the camera. People do this. They get it. And it's forward facing, and they're like, hey, how's it going? But what they're doing is they're looking at themselves.
Right.
They're not looking at the lens.
Yeah. So
I'll tell people, just put a cardboard right over the whole thing and just look at this one little right up here. Can you see that right there?
Right.
That little lens. It's a black dot. I'm looking at a black dot right now. I'm looking at my lens. I'm not looking at you.
Right.
But there's something about connecting. And millennials, there's been some proof on that. They've done studies. The millennial generation, which is kind of making up 40% of the buying public, they connect with human faces. So putting human images in ads are like way better. So why not on video? So that's the first thing I would say is get used to being on camera, talking about your business.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to see, the progress for that, they can go back and watch some of my early live streams and see all the bloopers and mistakes I made along the way.
You and me both.
Yeah. Well, you're the master now. So with coming up on 100 episodes of Wine with Dave. So totally awesome. So speaking about that, I've heard some rumors that you've launched something new during the pandemic. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? Tell us what's coming up.
Yeah. So it was like a week before St. Patty's, and I always like to go out and grab a little Guinness with friends and stuff. So St. Patty's is canceled. Oh my gosh, shocking. What am I going to do? And it was, mid-March. And I thought, I got to do something. And I always wanted to shave my head. It's kind of a joke, but I always wanted to shave my head. My wife kept telling me, just do it. I'm like, and whenever I want to do it, it's always in the winter. She goes, you should do it in the summer. Why you wanted to? But I never did it. So I thought, I'm going to be indoors. I'm going to shave it. What the heck? So mid-March, I put a Facebook event that 2 weeks later on the 31st, I was going to have, and the big photo was this bald head, and it said, Dave shaves his head. I put it out there. 30 people showed up. It was March 30th. It was Facebook. My daughter's holding the iPhone while I got but I left the mohawk on top because everyone wants to know what they look like with a mohawk. And I'm like, yeah, the Clash, cool, Sandinista. And so it was cool. It was like half an hour. People were joking, laughing, and I kept looking down at the laptop to see what they were saying and responding to them. And then someone said, and to this day, I don't know who it was. They said, are you going to do this tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, okay. Not tomorrow, I'll be on. So the next day was April 1st, no joke. I realized, I need a name if it's going to be a show, and I'm a branding guy, logo designer. My name's Dave. I'm probably going to drink wine. We're not going out. It's Wine with Dave. It was the shortest branding meeting ever. Just boom. And so I showed up at 9:00. That was episode 1, April 1st, 2020. And I'm on episode 88 tonight. I was doing 5 nights a week, and then I got burnt. Loved it, but it was a lot of work. Went to 1 night a week during the summer, and then came back and decided, you know what, now that the fall started, September, October, I'll still stay at 1 night a week. So it's Wednesday nights. Been promoting local businesses, authors, creative people, bands. I've had heavy metal bass players from Greece, singer-songwriters from Edmonton, Canada. I've had a woman who rescues monkeys from the streets of Jaipur, India. Yeah, it was like 5 a.m. over there. It's all live. It's been great. And it's my way of giving back to the community, building them up and saying, hey, I know business is going to be low, but at least you can be on my show and get some word out there. One guy was on, and it was one of the first big stories. He was on, he goes, oh my gosh, I had 2 people call me. I just got 2 new clients by being on your show. It's a 45-minute interview. So that was really cool. Yeah. It felt great. That was my big thing of 2020.
Cool. And Dave, how do people see your show, Wine with Dave?
Usually with your eyes. I've tried it with ears, but if you just turn your head and look, you'll. No, I'm in a joking mood. I don't have my phone. I'm sorry. That was mean.
No.
You go to Facebook and then just do a search. Wine with Dave, all one word. You can't miss it. It's the only show.
So it's your Wine with Dave Facebook page.
Yep. Just go to the Facebook page and I go live on that page. I don't go live anywhere else. But I am going to start uploading to YouTube one of these days to have all these episodes. And my 100th episode happens to fall on March 31st, the night I went live to shave my head.
Oh, wow.
So I might postpone that night and make it fall on April 1st. But so that'll be cool. Yeah, I get like all kinds of people. It's crazy.
That's awesome. So what's in the future for you guys over at Englund Studio?
Well, so Sal is my partner and great partner, great guy.
Oh, and Sal.
We are like 2 sides. You know when they say 2 sides of the same coin? We really are. We are like the marketing design coin, but I am so different from him. He's so different from me, and we respect each other. And we were thinking, we got to do our own show. Forget building up others. Let's give out real hot information about marketing, little tips. And we hate when people go on and do these tips and you show up and the guy's like, hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. And then there's 10 minutes of talking about his mother or his aunt and this and that. And then finally they get into it. And you want to just drag the scrubber to the point where he gets to the point. That's our pet peeve. So we came up with the name 15 Minutes of Marketing. And it's going to be 15 minutes long. and it is going to be, I could show you a little preview if you want, if you go full screen with me, or just zero me out so I'm like full screen.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so this is the countdown. Oh, sorry, it's looking for the file. I'm not going to do that. All right, it's looking for the file because it was set somewhere else. I'm not going to waste time.
Okay.
But it's going to be all in black and white. It's very retro, 1940s,
Nice.
50s. And it's all like radio tower, on the globe that's spinning, news of the world. It's very,
like
very
like the old RKO logo.
Yeah, RKO. Yeah, with
yeah.
And then that's the timer, and it's going to be like a 1 minute timer. And when it hits, as soon as it hits, it goes right to us, split screen. We're in black and white because the goal is to stand out. Right. Everyone's now doing live streams, but they're all color. So we want to be a step ahead. We're 100% black and white.
Right.
Very hip. But when we bring on graphics that float on the screen, they're going to be in color. So they really pop. It's going to be super, super hip show. It's 15 minutes of marketing. It's going to premiere this month, someday. I don't have the date yet. And it's just going to be, and there's going to be a countdown timer at the top, 14, 59, 58, 57.
Right. Yeah.
So if you tune in late, you see, wow, they're really going to hold to it. They're giving out all this information in 15 minutes. And it could just be all about hashtags for Pinterest.
Right.
Or it could be by industry, carpenters and contractors, and how to use LinkedIn or whatever. It's just going to be 15 minutes, probably once a month, maybe twice a month.
Sounds incredible, man.
Really excited about it. Yeah.
That's cool. Hey, so we got a few minutes left, and I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart and yours as well.
I know.
It is the marketing camp. And I know I have the old graphic up here, and you're probably cringing at me for doing that. But, last time we did it in 2019, it was awesome. I was really excited to be a part of it and looking forward to doing it this year. So do you have the dates handy? I know it's in September.
Yeah, let me see if I can share this. It is September 10th and 11th, 2021. It is not going to be at Whispering Pines Conference Center. You know what? Actually, I don't think did we get the date right? Hold on one second. I think this, it's funny with COVID, we were going to do it in 2020.
Yep.
And then we couldn't because of the obvious. Let me just look through here. September 10th and yes, it is September 10th and 11th, 2021. But I didn't change the address. We're not going to be at Whispering Pines. We're at another place, which is equally cool, in the middle of the woods. Get away from all the cacophony and all the white noise.
Yep.
Sit down, enjoy like a little continental breakfast, and just chill out all day for marketing. And it's going to be fun. And you're going to be there, and you're going to be one of the trainers. So it's going to be great. I always look forward to you. You're an amazing speaker, and you're like super unique in this industry. Oh,
thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to having Alan with us this year, because we didn't have last time.
Yes.
And Betty.
Yep.
Yeah. So
we have PR, we've got sales, we've got email marketing, we've got all the social media stuff covered. Bob Salvis, the great Bob Salvis, how can we forget him?
Yeah.
Sal is going to be the ringleader. He's going to be the camp counselor with the whistle. I mean, it's going to look like you're at camp. But for those of you listening, there's no tents. There's regular room lodging. So it's like you're on a bed in a kind of a hotel setting. So if you're afraid of camping, it's not that kind of a thing. It's just called marketing camp, and it's in the woods.
Yeah, and it was awesome last time. It was one of I know I was a speaker there, and I'm biased, but it was one of the best marketing events I've ever been to.
Wasn't it fun? That was
fun. Just because you got to really get personal with the folks, the attendees that were there. It was awesome. Built some great relationships. So I really enjoyed it.
And I've got the countdown timer on the website. It's in 246 days, 18 hours, 9 minutes, and 37 seconds. 36. 35. So it's coming up. 200. Hopefully COVID will be gone or very minimal, and we'll be able to meet. And it could be one of the first big events in Rhode Island for marketing. I'm hoping it will be.
Yep. So Dave, Ann Crawford is watching, and she said the key to marketing is a complete understanding of your client's vision and inner motivation. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we talk about the 3 M's. That's a great point. What's her name?
Ann Crawford.
Ann, yeah, Ann.
Do you know Ann? She's awesome. She's a coach. She works a lot with veterans.
I don't.
She's like a life coach. Yeah.
No, anyway. Ann, that's a great because we talk about the 3 M's: market, message, and media. You got to look at what the market is. So that's the same thing. What's the message? What's that pain that's going on inside their head? And then you address that in the copy. And then the media is the last thing you pick. Okay, so now you know who the market is. Divorced men, 40 to 60. Right. What's going on in their head? Well, they're looking to downsize their house, whatever. And then you write that copy. And then where do you put that out? Is that a billboard? Is it a website? Whatever. So yeah, she's right. You got to get inside their head and speak their language. Otherwise, you've missed the point.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great question. Great statement.
Absolutely. So before we wrap up here, I'm going to put you on the spot. You always have great marketing tips. Give me a quickie, great marketing tip. So what's something I should do? What's a website I should be looking at? What's a service I should, just boom. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
You are putting me on the spot. There's so many. One that was recent is on LinkedIn. So if you're doing business with B2B, there's something right next to your name. It'll be a little, let me see if I can look at it. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, you'll see it. I'm not going to pull it up right now and waste time. But right next to your name, there's a little microphone. I don't know if anyone's noticed that. And I shared that with someone.
I haven't. So tell me.
Yeah. So you click on the microphone and you're like, what is that? And it doesn't do anything. But you click edit. They give you 10 seconds. LinkedIn lets you record 10 seconds of audio to record your name. So you say, David Englund. Hello, this is David Englund, whatever. Or if you have a really strange name, you would do the same thing. And it's so people not only connect with you, but they look below your name, the little circle of your photo, and they click it, and it's like David Englund. Like, oh, that's how you pronounce his name. I thought it was Englund or whatever.
Right.
Well, here's the trick. Don't record your name. Record a welcome message.
Right.
So if you go to my page and you click it, it'll say, hey, this is Dave. And I get right into it because I got 10 seconds. This is Dave. We help businesses do blah, 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 blah with great success. Let's connect.
Awesome.
And that's it. So you can do that. There's so many tips. You got to follow 15 minutes in marketing. We're going to have
can't wait.
Like that.
I can't wait. Dave, I've learned a million of those things from you. So thank you. Just keep sharing. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. So don't go anywhere. I want to chat with you. This is over. Let me just say goodbye to all the folks. But before we do, let me put this back up. How do you want people to get in touch with you, Dave? What's the best way?
You can go to our website, englundstudio.com, or just look me up, email david@englundstudio.com. ENGLUNDSTUDIO.
Awesome. Great.
And of course, Wine with Dave is on Facebook, but also look for, and you'll see it, follow our Englund Studio Facebook page, and you'll see the promotion for 15-minute marketing, which is coming up this month.
Great. Awesome. Well, thanks, Dave. Hang on for a second. Let me say goodbye to everybody. So I just want to thank you for tuning in today. Next week on the show is graphic design specialist Carrie Corin. So we're looking forward to that. So come join me next week. But would you like to be interviewed on Livestream Wednesday? Visit livestreamwednesday.com. Click the green Leave a Voicemail Here button and record and leave me a voice message. And someone from my team will get back to you within 2 business days. So that's it for today. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time right here on Live Stream Wednesday.